To move this stage center.
Yes.
Thank you. All right. Hi, guys. Good morning. It's still morning, right? Yeah, cool. All right. So my name is Ashley Sandoval. I'm 18 years old now. Sorry, that's weird. I just graduated from Buena Park High School, and I'm just going to give you guys a little movie quote that most relates to my life. So growing up, my mom said, "You're not going to live your life without watching the movie Forrest Gump." And I'm not going to argue with my mother because, first, that's just not a good idea. And you know what? I was really interested in the movie as it is. So the movie starts with this quote: "Life is like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're going to get." Yeah, I agree. I agree. So I'm just going to give you guys a little bit of my life and how it very closely relates to that quote. So when I was a child, I was born in Henderson, Nevada, in a little sub-city called a tent land. I don't know why it was called that, probably because the houses weren't as nice. They were a little shabby than the others, but nonetheless, it was very authentic in its culture or subculture of the Nevada area. So I stayed with my biological family until I was 7, and then I actually was brought into the foster system. I stayed in the foster system for 6 years. I went to 3 elementary schools, 3 middle schools, a junior high, and then a high school. But when I was 12, I was adopted with my mom. Her name is Tammy, and we moved out to Buena Park after that. So we've stayed here for about 6 years now. Let's see. So speaking of high school, I really didn't know what I was going to get in for. Like Forrest Gump said, you never know what you're going to get. I was very interested in playing instruments during high school because I had been a musician ever since the 4th grade. And I was expecting to join this huge monster band, like the ones in Texas. I'm talking 300 people, very flashy uniforms. The sousaphones are all gold, and I was just expecting like a movie experience. But I went in on the 0 period, and there was only 32 kids in the band. And so I was a little upset, a little sad about that, but I decided to stick. I made that place my home for the 4 years. So I ended up playing tuba for all 4, a little bit of trombone in the jazz band. I created the color guard because the band didn't have a color guard. And for those of you that don't know what that is, it's the girls that spin the flags and the breakfasts and all that fun stuff. So I decided that it was time for the band to have that. So by my junior year, I founded the Buena Park High School Color Guard. Our senior year, we were medalists at the WGSC Championships. So that's something that I hold very close to my heart. Oh, I should have brought the medal. But anyways, yeah, that's something that's very, very important to me. And then for the future, again, life is a box of chocolates. You never know what you're going to get. So I plan to stay here for only 2 years. Sorry, guys. But my dream school, no tea, no shade, but I really, really want to go to USC. I mean, that has been my dream school since I was this big. I've always wanted to, pursue law, so I want to go to the Gould School of Law, and I'd like to get like a PhD. I want to be like a doctor of law, Dr. Sandoval. That sounds really cool to me. So I obviously want to graduate from there, and I'd love to work for the ACLU to be like a lawyer for them, or even the U.S. Supreme Court, be the first African-American female Supreme Court Chief Justice. Thank you very much. And then, yeah, that's just my plans for the future. So in conclusion, yes, my life has been a box of chocolates, bittersweet, sweet, expired, and little fun-sized ones on Halloween. So thank you guys for listening, and yeah, thank you.
Going for those extra bonus points with that SC reference, right?
Oh yeah, thank you.